Darkness falls over the city, and nothing is what it seems. Every shadow hides a secret, every ally might be a traitor, and every decision could cost everything. Landman is back, and this time, the stakes are higher than ever. The streets whisper, "Danger!" The past refuses to stay buried, and the fight for survival has only just begun. The city has changed. Buildings stand like silent witnesses to crimes that never stay hidden for long, and every corner holds the echo of danger. Landman moves carefully, eyes scanning every alley, every darkened doorway, knowing that one wrong move could end everything he has fought for. The streets are alive with whispers, rumors of old enemies resurfacing and new forces waiting to strike at the first sign of weakness. He walks past flickering streetlights, their dim glow casting long shadows that twist and stretch as if warning him of what is coming. The air is thick with tension, a low hum of unease that crawls beneath the skin. Every step forward feels like stepping deeper into a trap, and yet he cannot turn back. He knows that survival is not just about strength, it's about timing, instincts, and knowing which battles are worth fighting. Somewhere in the distance, sirens wail, cutting through the silence, reminders of a city that never sleeps and never forgives. People watch from the shadows, faces hidden, intentions unclear, and Landman senses the weight of every secret being held just out of reach. A package changes hands in a dark corner. A flash of metal glints briefly, and the tension spikes as every eye seems to follow his movements even when no one is there. Old alliances crumble quietly, friends become strangers overnight, and every handshake carries the risk of betrayal. Landman's mind races as he pieces together fragments of intelligence, rumors of betrayal, and patterns of violence that seem random but are carefully orchestrated. There is no room for error. He knows the cost of underestimating his enemies, of missing even the smallest clue, and of trusting the wrong person. The city itself feels alive, pulsing with secrets, shadows, and unseen eyes. Neon signs flicker, erratically reflecting off wet streets as if mirroring the chaos building in the world above. A single gunshot cracks in the distance, shattering the rhythm of the night and making every heartbeat feel louder. More urgent, Landman stops, listening, calculating, sensing the perfect moment to act, knowing that in this world, hesitation can be fatal. Somewhere nearby, a conversation ends abruptly, laughter cut off mid-sentence, replaced by the sound of hurried footsteps fading into darkness. The tension wraps around him like a cloak, oppressive and suffocating, yet he moves forward, step by step, driven by purpose. Every shadow holds a story, every glance hides a lie, and every secret threatens to explode into chaos. He knows that this season will push him further than ever before, testing not just his strength, but his mind, his patience, and his ability to survive when the rules are constantly changing. And through it all, one thought remains clear in his mind: trust no one, expect everything, and prepare for the storm that is coming. As he disappears into the darkness, the city exhales, holding its breath for the storm that is about to break. The tension thickens as the city awakens to a night that promises nothing but chaos. Landman moves silently through the labyrinth of streets, each step measured, each breath calculated. Every neon sign casts distorted reflections on the rain-slicked pavement, painting the world in fractured colors, a visual reminder that nothing here is straightforward, and appearances always lie. In the shadows, eyes follow him, some filled with malice, others with desperation, all searching for the slightest weakness. The whispers of betrayal float on the wind, half-heard conversations of deals gone wrong, alliances formed in secret, and threats that are spoken only in codes. Every face on the street seems to hold a secret, every shadow a story, and Landman must navigate this invisible maze of danger, knowing that one wrong turn could mean the end. Inside the abandoned warehouses where power exchanges hands unseen, tension crackles in the air like electricity. Figures hunch over tables covered with maps, blueprints, and coded messages. Every decision here has the weight of life and death. Landman observes, calculating his moves, Weighing each option with precision, his mind races faster than his footsteps, piecing together patterns that others overlook, sensing connections before they are even realized. He knows that in this city, information is currency. And understanding the truth behind every lie is more dangerous than any gun. Old rivals whisper threats in corners, their voices barely audible, yet their intent sharp and clear. Meanwhile, new faces emerge, cloaked in mystery, bringing chaos and unpredictability. Every encounter feels like a test of instincts, a mental chess game where one wrong calculation can shatter everything. The night air is thick with sounds that heighten every sense. A distant siren wails, echoing through the alleyways, signaling unseen conflicts. Glass shatters somewhere, a car engine roars to life, footsteps rush past unseen. And the city itself seems to breathe around Landman. He senses danger before it. Materializes, reading intentions in fleeting glances, in the tension of bodies, in the smallest shifts of movement. Every alley he passes could be a trap. Every rooftop a vantage point for someone watching, and every quiet moment is an illusion. A brief reprieve before the next storm. He navigates this intricate web of threats with a precision honed by years of surviving in a world where the line between friend and foe is always blurred. Messages arrive, short, cryptic, carrying warnings, veiled threats, and pieces of the puzzle he must solve. Every word, every symbol, every gesture must be interpreted correctly, for a single misstep could unravel everything he has fought for. Shadows converge and dissolve in the blink of an eye, leaving questions that demand answers, leaving Landman constantly on edge. Past mistakes echo, reminding him that history repeats itself when lessons are ignored, and old enemies are patient hunters. Meanwhile, allies who once stood beside him now operate in silence, their loyalty uncertain, their motives hidden beneath layers of strategy. Trust is a rare commodity, and Landman treats it with caution, giving only what is necessary, taking only what is owed, and never revealing more than the minimum required. The city pulses around him, alive with anticipation and threat, a living organism that feeds on fear and cunning. Every interaction is a negotiation, every move a gamble, and every glance a calculated risk. The walls around him close in metaphorically an invisible pressure that demands vigilance, strength, and foresight. Night deepens, yet the danger only grows sharper, edges like knives poised to strike. Secrets intertwine, betrayals surface, and the boundaries between hunter and hunted blur. Landman knows that to survive this, he must remain unpredictable, agile, and ruthlessly precise. Each step forward is both a victory and a potential disaster, as unseen forces test him, probe him, and attempt to manipulate him into mistakes. The storm of the season rises, and the game has already begun. Every encounter, every decision, and every hidden move propels him closer to a confrontation that could change everything. Shadows shift, alliances fracture, and the city waits silent, watchful, and unforgiving while Landman moves toward the inevitable clash. Fully aware that nothing in this world will ever be as simple as it seems, the city's pulse quickens. As danger creeps closer, threading through streets, buildings, and empty corners like a living predator, Landman senses it, a weight pressing against his instincts, a warning that every shadow could conceal a trap. Explosions echo distantly, punctuating the rhythm of the night. And the air vibrates with tension, his eyes dart constantly, reading every movement, scanning for patterns, noting even the smallest anomalies. Every figure that crosses his path could be a friend or foe, a fleeting ally or a hidden threat. He moves with the precision of someone who has faced death countless times, each step deliberate, each glance sharp. The city seems to close around him, alleys narrowing, lights flickering, and sounds twisting into a cacophony of anticipation. Somewhere, a car tires screech sharply, a gunshot cracks, and a distant shout pierces the night, each sound layering onto the growing storm of chaos. Inside abandoned warehouses and hidden safe houses, the stakes are even higher. Plans unfold with a dangerous rhythm, and Landman watches the pieces fall into place like a deadly puzzle. A coded message is intercepted, A deal gone wrong leaves chaos in its wake. And unexpected betrayals ripple through the underworld like shockwaves. The people he once trusted are no longer predictable, their faces unreadable, their intentions hidden behind carefully controlled expressions. Every handshake, every nod, every casual word is a calculated move, a potential lie hiding a threat. Landman pieces together fragments of these moves with an instinct honed over years, understanding the weight of timing and the cost of mistakes. A single slip, a moment's hesitation, and everything could collapse. Suddenly, the calm of observation shatters, lights flash, tires screech, and an explosion rocks a nearby street. Landman dives into action, narrowly avoiding debris, adrenaline coursing through every nerve. The chase begins, rapid and unpredictable, weaving through tight alleyways and abandoned lots, each corner presenting a new hazard. Figures emerge from shadows. Some allies, some foes, and Landman must react instantly. Weighing trust against instinct, every movement is precise, every decision critical, his. Amid the chaos, secrets unravel like threads pulled from a tapestry. Old enemies resurface with new identities, and cryptic messages reveal betrayals no one saw coming. Landman pieces together fragments of these plots, understanding that the rules have changed, that the familiar world of yesterday no longer exists. Every revelation fuels urgency, and he realizes the stakes are far higher than anticipated. Personal vendettas collide with criminal schemes, creating a volatile mix that threatens to consume anyone in its path. Allies step forward, uncertain and uneasy, yet every move carries risk. They must navigate the treacherous landscape of deception and danger together, knowing that one wrong decision could destroy them all. The night escalates further, a symphony of chaos and tension. Cars collide, walls shatter, and figures dart across rooftops, shadows within shadows. Every encounter sharpens the danger, every twist increases the stakes, and Landman must rely on every skill, every ounce of experience, to stay one step ahead. Surprises lurk around every corner, hidden agendas, unexpected confrontations, and truths that shock even him. The city becomes a maze of peril, its streets alive with threats and secrets. Each pulse of sound, each flicker of light carrying a warning. Landman's instincts guide him, but even the sharpest mind cannot predict everything, and yet he moves forward, driven by purpose, fueled by necessity, aware that this night will change everything. As he disappears into the chaos, the city itself seems to shiver, alive with tension, waiting for the next move, the next revelation, the next confrontation that will decide who survives and who falls. The city's heartbeat quickens as chaos swallows every street, alley, and rooftop. Landman moves like a shadow, a figure of precision and purpose, weaving through a world where every step could trigger disaster. Explosions erupt in the distance, their echoes shaking walls and rattling nerves, while sirens scream and tires skid across wet pavement. The night is alive, every sound amplified, every movement significant. He senses it all, the subtle shift of a body, the flash of eyes in darkness, the way the wind carries whispers of danger. Every instant is critical, every decision irreversible, and the line between survival and destruction blurs with each passing second. Inside hidden corners of the city, secrets collide violently with action. A deal turns deadly, a long-buried betrayal surfaces, and alliances crumble under the weight of truth. Faces once trusted now twist in unexpected ways, smiles hiding menace, words hiding intent. Landman calculates, moves, and reacts with lethal precision, understanding that hesitation is a luxury he cannot afford. He anticipates the unpredictable, turning danger into advantage. Yet every move is a gamble. Shadows converge, threats multiply, and the city itself seems to pulse with urgency, forcing him to act with instinct sharper than ever before. Every glance at a corner, every pause at a street crossing is a strategic calculation, a silent battle waged in real time. The confrontation escalates, vehicles chase, gunfire cracks, and rooftops become battlegrounds. Landman navigates this Chaos with unmatched skill, leaping across rooftops, diving through alleyways, and dodging hazards that would stop most people dead in their tracks. Each encounter tests his mind, body, and endurance, forcing him to adapt faster than the danger itself evolves. Old enemies and new adversaries collide in a storm of violence, creating unpredictable outcomes that threaten to consume everything in their path. The city is a chessboard, and Landman must stay several moves ahead, anticipating not just what is visible but what is hidden beneath every light and every secret. Amid the adrenaline, revelations strike like lightning, secrets that were thought buried resurface with shocking clarity, cryptic messages, hidden alliances, and clandestine operations emerge, exposing betrayals that shock even the most hardened minds. Every revelation reshapes the battlefield, turning trusted allies into potential threats and forcing Landman to reconsider every strategy he thought was sound. The chaos is not random, it is carefully orchestrated, and every twist uncovers layers of a plan so intricate it leaves no room for error. Even the city itself seems to conspire, streets and buildings channeling danger, creating traps that test his ingenuity and resilience. Tension peaks as Landman faces moments that define the line between victory and defeat. Explosions tear through the streets, glass shatters, and bodies move like shadows, each carrying secrets, each presenting risks. Trust is fleeting, loyalty a fragile illusion, and every second demands intuition sharper than any weapon. He moves with ruthless efficiency, confronting threats head-on while dodging the unseen dangers that surround him. The city burns with tension and action, reflecting the stakes that climb higher with each beat. And every character caught in this storm is forced to reveal their true intentions. Every alleyway, every rooftop, and every shadow becomes a proving ground, pushing Landman to limits that test not just his physical strength, but his ability to read, predict, and survive. The climax of the night approaches, a crescendo of tension, danger, and revelation. Every heartbeat counts, every decision reverberates across the city, and every move can tip the balance between triumph and disaster. Landman stands on the edge of chaos, a solitary figure amidst the storm, fully aware that nothing is certain, that every secret uncovered leads to another, and that survival will demand not only skill but ruthless clarity. The city waits in suspended breath, the night holding its secrets tightly as Landman prepares for the confrontation that will determine everything. Shadows shift, plans collide, and the ultimate test begins, leaving nothing but uncertainty and the promise of a storm that will change everything. The city exhales with a dangerous stillness, a brief pause that carries the weight of what is about to unfold. Landman moves through the shadows, every step deliberate, every breath measured, sensing the tension in the air like a living thing. The streets are littered with the aftermath of chaos, flashing lights, overturned cars, shattered glass, but the night is far from over. Danger has not relented. It has merely changed its form, slipping into the corners, the rooftops, the whispers of the wind. Every shadow is a threat, every glance could hide a trap, and every silent figure could be the harbinger of disaster. The city itself feels alive, watching, waiting, as though it knows the storm is not over and that its fiercest moments are still ahead. Landman pauses for a moment, scanning the horizon. From above, rooftops glimmer with hidden eyes, windows glow with secret schemes, and alleyways hum with activity unseen by most. He senses the convergence of forces, the unseen players stepping into position, each with their own agendas, none of which are simple. Betrayals that seem distant now erupt suddenly, colliding with plans meticulously crafted. Allies show cracks in their armor, hesitation in their moves, revealing uncertainty that could tip the balance in an instant. Landman reads it all, absorbing every detail, knowing that in this city, information is as lethal as any weapon. Every whisper, every shadow, every coded message must be understood and acted upon immediately, or the consequences will be catastrophic. The pace accelerates, explosions rip through the distance, shaking buildings, sending debris into the streets, and amplifying the sense of urgency. Landman moves through the chaos, using it to his advantage, turning danger into opportunity. Figures emerge, some familiar, others mysterious, each carrying intentions that are unclear, each action laced with potential betrayal. He navigates the maelstrom with precision. Instinct guiding every choice, the city around him seems to twist. In impossible ways, familiar streets become treacherous. Allies become threats. Enemies multiply unexpectedly. Every move is a test of mental and physical agility. Every decision a gamble that could mean survival or doom. Amid the chaos, secrets strike like lightning. Hidden identities are revealed in a flash. Messages long ignored become critical. And the balance of power shifts unpredictably. Those who were thought safe now face imminent danger. And every strategy Landman has relied upon is challenged by unforeseen events. The night becomes a crucible, a testing ground where the past, present, and future collide violently. Alliances fracture under pressure, betrayals emerge without warning, and the line between hunter and hunted disappears entirely. Landman adapts, improvises, and executes with deadly precision, knowing that the season ahead will push him to limits. No one could have anticipated the tension reaches its peak. Fires burn in the distance, sirens echo endlessly, and the city quivers under the weight of imminent confrontation. Landman's silhouette moves like a shadow, silent but forceful. The calm eye in a storm of violence and deception. Every heartbeat resonates with danger, every glance carries consequences, and every choice is amplified by the knowledge that this is no ordinary night. Secrets that were hidden, enemies that were silent, and allies that were uncertain now converge in a crescendo of suspense. Landman senses the ultimate confrontation approaching, the moment where every skill, every instinct, and every decision will be tested to its absolute limit. As the chaos intensifies, the city itself seems to hold its breath. Landman disappears into the darkness, leaving questions that demand answers, mysteries that threaten to explode, and stakes higher than ever before. The shadows shift around him, schemes collide violently, and nothing remains certain except the storm that is about to